What's going on, guys? Chris here with Tactical Outdoorsman. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification icon to get notified of new videos. So let's get into it. What we're going to be looking at today is the Sons of Liberty Gunworks punch set, their new L89 combat rifle, and their V2 Mark 10 12.5-inch Sage Edition rifle. So stick around.
Hey guys, Jim with Sons here. We're out here at SHOT Show, and so I figured we'd show you a couple things here. One thing is our punch set. So it's been about a year working on this. We've had a lot of customers, a lot of students. For a long time we took our armors class, had a good time. Want to use that knowledge and really ask us, what would you recommend for a punch set? And it's been a challenge to say, like, here, this is what you need, right? Because nothing's ever been available in one kit before. There was always a couple of these, a couple of those, a couple of this, and by the time you get these 3 sets or whatever and try and piece them together, like, it gets a little bit crazy. So we set out to do our own. Took about a year prototyping things out, getting the guys to the shop, building hundreds of guns with them to really make sure they were exactly what we want. And so now we've got them, and they're already shipping. So we chose the Magpul Docker pouch for it. Reason for this is that if you're building guns, you've got all these chemicals out, you got grease, you've got solvents, you've got adhesives, you got all that stuff. So something that was chemically inert, wasn't going to get dirty, filthy, that you could clean off was a kind of a priority for us. And so inside of that kit, we have basically everything you need to build your AR-15 out. So we've got staking punches, we've got starter punches, we've got drive punches, we've got utility punches. So everything from like stubborn FSB pins that you just need to beat on heavily through those real skinny, 1/16 inch roll pins. All of that stuff is in here. So we've got the starter punches, which has that resets cup point tip, so it stabilizes that roll pin for you while you're setting it. The drive punch to finish it off, and then we've got our staking punches in here. So anybody who knows us knows we're super popular and we're sticklers about staking castle nuts, and so we spend a lot of time looking at that. So we actually have 2 different staking punches. We've got a starter, and then we've got a wide finishing staking punch. So the starter lets you kind of set it nice and deep, get it exactly where you want it to, and you switch over at the end to the wide, and it kind of knocks off any sharp corners, rounds it out really well. So we've got 2 of these. They're made out of S7 tool steel. It's been heat treated and then QPQ'd. These things are going to last a long time, unless you're using them in our shop every day to build 10, 20 guns a day. You're probably never going to wear these things out, but everything has that same lifetime warranty that we're well known for. So this is kind of that one and done. If you're looking for one kit to build all your stuff with, really, this should have pretty much everything you need from a punch perspective of building guns, whether it's AR-10s, AR-15s, any of that stuff to really get you going. So it's nice that we don't have to recommend you go out and buy this specialty starter and this specialty staking and this, all that. It's one and done. So hopefully you guys like it. Reception's been pretty positive so far, and all the input the guys here at the shop had really helped us kind of hit it out of the park on this one. So check it out. All right, Jim here with Sons wanted to show you guys one of our L89 comboed out rifles that we're just introducing now. So this particular combo, we've got a standard forged lower receiver. We have our billets broadsword 89 upper receiver, and then we've got our new L89 rail. So for you guys who are not familiar with our new L89 series, the L89 is just kind of this incremental just progression in features and technology and refinement that we have started with the M89, right? So if you're familiar with that M89 drive lock, this should look really similar, but we can go over some of the differences here real quick. So the most noticeable change is the L89 series is a 7-sided M-lock rail. So if you're running all of that stuff on your gun, you've got white light, you've got IR, you've got a grip, you've got all, thermal, whatever it is, if you're starting to run out of attachment space and you need everything you can get, that's really what drove and kind of started this rail, was that 7-sided M-lock to kind of maximize that. As we went to a 7-sided M-lock, it actually added material to the handguard. So in order to try and back off some of that added weight, we went to a titanium barrel nut. So that's another really big change. The L89 series is going to come with a titanium barrel nut, whereas the M89 series is still going to come with a steel barrel nut. They're identical underneath. You can mix and match. Dimensions are the same, right? The other thing we did to really maximize the available real estate is to put in these anti-rotation steel inserts into both sides of the handguard. So now you're not dedicating a spot to where you might want to mount your sling, right? So they're there, they're low pro, they're out of the way, right? And then one of the last changes is up at the top, right? We went to this ovalized cutout here at the top, which is a little different than we had done it on the M89 series initially. we were doing a circle and then an oval and then a circle and then an oval. With this, it allows the end user to pass a little zip tie in if they want to use that method of anchoring in pressure pad switch tapes, all those cables and stuff like that. So those few changes are the most prominent feature differences between the L89 and the M89. The last thing I guess we did on the L89 series is we increased the length by 1/4 of an inch, right? So we basically picked up one more Picatinny rail slot. So instead of having a 10.5 inch rail, we have a 10 3/4 inch rail. And honestly, like, that might not be a big thing for you. If it is, great, but if one more rail slot is the difference between you fitting something on that pick rail or not, yeah, the L89 really kind of pushed that. Again, this was all about maximizing the attachment space for enablers. So that's where the L89 is. The M89 and the M80, if I said that right, the L89 and the M89 are interchangeable in terms of the broadsword upper receivers and in terms of the barrel mounts. So if you had an M89 rail that you had pinned and welded and you want to throw an L89 handguard on, you can slip it right over top of that barrel nut and rock on with it. But yeah, the L89 is really just for that guy who wants to have everything possible mounted up on that gun. So a couple, quick other things about the gun. Standard, our 50-degree quick throw selector that we've got that we're really famous for. Our Liberty Fighting trigger, that Ambi Liberty charging handle that we've got, that's standard on the gun. Something you might start to notice through this year, we've been huge fans, for the longest time on the Veltor intermediate buffer system, the A5 system. You might see in our guns that we're starting to switch to a different colored buffer. We're actually working with BCM as well. Their version of the buffer insert, they're private labeling this for us too. So you're going to see these start to ship in our guns. It has that same core feature that's driving the reliability, that biasing spring inside of the buffer. The weight difference is, I want to say, 0.3 ounces. So it's a drop-in replacement for the A5 series of weights. But yeah, we're sticking with that intermediate length receiver extension because honestly, it has so much to offer. But you just might see that black buffer with the stripes on it now moving forward. But yeah, there's a couple of exciting things. You can see this is the broadsword upper receiver on a standard Forge lower. So the broadswords are really built around precision, right? You've got all of this meat that reinforces the attachment at the handguard, eliminates flex like you wouldn't believe. And so if you just want to put that on a standard Forge lower, like, you can. You don't have to have that broadsword lower. So just figured we'd let you guys kind of see how well those two things come together. Don't be shy if you want to try that out. We actually have a few guns getting skewed out that way too, so you can buy this as a package ready to go as well. So there it is. The broadsword upper, L89 handguard, Forge lower. Pretty damn good fighting gun right here. Hey guys, Jim here with Sons. We're here at SHOT Show. I wanted to show you guys our new V2 Mark 10. So there's been a lot of anticipation building on these. It's been a long time coming. Here we've got the new this is the Sage Edition 12.5 inch Mark 10 that we're going to be doing here this year. So the Mark 10, we've had it for a long time. We've redesigned it into the SR25 pattern, so all your popular like SR25 accessories are going to fit on this receiver set. We went to that high shelf design. The rails, the M89H series of rails, we took some of the things that we liked and we were doing on the L89 handguards and we started to apply it to the H series of the M89. So you do have those built-in anti-rotation sling swivels here. It is a high shelf design. The other thing that we did on the M89H is we deleted the anti-rotation tabs so that our handguard is a little bit more compatible with other SR25 pattern upper receivers that are out there. So that heavy series of rails, those are in stock, those are available, they're shipping. Go ahead and grab a set if you want to. Our receivers we're only doing on complete guns at this time. We're going to be able to go a lot faster on these than we were ever able to go on the first generation. So you might not have even known that we were doing Mark 10s or 308s before because how hard they were to get. This new receiver set and how easy it is for us to go fast on this is hopefully going to change that quite a bit. Something I wanted to show you guys is we have several versions of that heavy rail. This is the standard M89 series that has your standard M-lock all throughout, right? We also have an ARCA integrated version of this as well. So if you guys are running tripods or you want to have that maximum contact with barricades and bean bags or your support bags and stuff like that, that integrated ARCA with that texture in there to kind of lock it into the ARC clamp is there. This is an option for you. So we've got guns built out both ways, right, with that integrated ARCA and not. It's just your choice in how you're going to use the gun. But yeah, we've got these in 308, we've got them in 6.5 Creedmoor, and we've got everything from these 12.5 little guys up through 20-inch precision guns built to go the distance. So a lot of options, factory Cerakote, factory anodizing, however you want it to be. But a lot of folks are excited. We are too. Yeah, hopefully you'll be seen around at your dealers near you.
Alright guys, that's it for Sons of Liberty Gunworks. Hope you learned something in this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. We'll do our best to answer them for you, and we'll see you in the next video.